Well, folks, figured I'd get on here and do another one. I've listened to people talk about how, the gold and silver is legal tender. And it is. Constitutionally, it is. And they're right. The problem is you can take gold and silver and value it at whatever you want or whatever it needs to be. So you could hand out notes, or I should say certificates, because that's what they were called way back when, silver certificates. Because you could take that in and get $1, $5, whatever worth of silver. So, with that being said, they could value silver at whatever they need to value it at, so there's enough to go around. And that's where the problem lies. See, I listen to the bullshit because it is. Oh, gold and silver, gold and silver, gold and silver. Just go back to gold and silver. Well, there's not enough gold and silver to go around, folks. There's physically not enough to go around. There's how many people just in the United States? Everybody's going to have gold and silver to pay for everything, but how are you going to get that much gold and silver? And we're not talking about the rest of the world yet. I mean, you're going to have to value it at some outrageous amount, and it ain't enough to go around. Physically. People just don't, I mean, come on, really? Think about it. Knuckleheads. And, I've been listening to some of this rhetoric, and that's all it is. About the Supreme Court. Oh man, Trump won. Oh, that rogue judge, boy, they got overturned. And by God, the Supreme Court came out and said he can do what he wants there. As far as like the Doge and the old is it 1789 law of. And they said, yeah, you can deport people and so on and so forth. And everybody's yelling around, that's victory. People, I don't know why the hell you're sitting there thinking that's victory. It's it shows you, and I'll get to why I say that. It shows you how fucked up the Supreme Court is. You see, this is what I keep talking about. These people, they're so full of shit, and you're supposed to listen to them, and you're supposed to abide by their bullshit. I'm telling you, man. When the Almighty comes and puts his feet on the Mount of Olives, this whole world changes. And those pieces of filth, I don't see how. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I can't see how any of them will ever make it to the kingdom of heaven. They'll go where they belong, the demons that they are. I'm not going to say they all are, but and the reason I say that is this. When you're talking about things such as powers of the United States, of the executive branch and the judicial branch and the legislative branch, they're set. They're set. Well, there's no room for this or that bullshit. It's set. So why wasn't it a unanimous decision? You see what I'm talking about? It should be unanimous. Every single one of those people should look at the Constitution. Yep, right, yep, that power belongs to the president. Unanimous, boop, there it is. But everybody's calling this a victory just because he won by a vote. Do you see how fucked up it is? And the people, oh God, China just did this. Oh, China did this. Oh boy, blah 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 blah. You know what? China's been in big trouble for a long time. And the reason being is, well, when you have the world's largest economy, us, we buy it all up. We buy it up with promissory notes, debt, and we just keep creating more and more of it and keep buying more and more. So when China sits there and goes, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and blah, 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 it's like, okay, you make things, right? You make things. If no one buys your things, how are you going to stay in business when you're not making anything? Oh, you're making it, but nobody's buying it because, well, you're screwed. That's what happens. You're screwed. You see, the people that, unless you're not like talking about food, things like that, I mean, you got to have food. I mean, look, the United States could look at China and go, we're not selling you anything. Our food, all of it's ours. Oh, you know those little Smithville and some of these packing plants and stuff you own. That's ours. It's on our soil. We're nationalizing them, and you don't have any right to it. Oh, and that land you bought here and there, and some farmland you bought here and there, that's ours. We're nationalizing it. You can't have it. Oh, so China's sitting there going, geez, man, this is bad. Right, yeah. Because we could do without a stupid mouse, okay? We could do without some stupid glass. We could do without a lot of shit, okay? And our lives will go on. Why? Because we will start making the stuff ourselves. That's what'll happen, say. Oh, you don't want to sell it to us? That's fine. We'll start up a factory. They'll turn on a little here, turn on a little there, and a little more over here. And then pretty soon it's like, well, it's back to normal. Okay, what else we do? Oh, we need these. We need that, And they start making it. And China's sitting there going, our people are rioting. They're hungry. You don't have a country. You don't have the energy. You don't have anything. I mean, you rely on the rest of the world for your stuff. You see? And you rely on the rest of the world to buy your stuff. Because we can make it. We've done it before. We showed the world how to do this. We've been there. We've done that. And we'll do it again. Like I said, our best days, if you go back to my old videos, our best days are ahead of us. When the government decides to default on the money, and everybody goes, oh my God, this is bad, we're going to be sitting in a pretty good position of where we're making a lot of our own stuff. You won't even notice a difference. One system goes away, gone, wiped out, debt cleared, free of another system starts up. All of a sudden, you were making X amount of dollars, and let's say you make $1,000 a week. Okay. They redo the system, and next week rolls around, and you got $1,000 sitting in your bank account again, just like you did before. You didn't even know anything even happened. And the rest of the world, They're clamoring. They're all in big trouble. The rest of the world's in pretty bad trouble. Why? Okay. I always loved listening to the bullshit and the rhetoric again about, oh, France, and then a lot of these European countries and this and that stuff. Man, hey, you know, free health care, free education. Man, you have a baby, you're off for a year, and the government pays you. And you don't pay for any education. You don't pay for any health bills. You don't do all. Yeah, you tax a little bit more, but by God, you don't have to pay any of that. Well, yeah, it's pretty easy to do, and you don't have to provide for a military and a whole bunch of other shit. And the tariffs are all totally one-sided. Yeah, that's what happens when you can do that. When somebody else is forking the bill for everything, you can do that. Now all of a sudden, nope, you got to pay up. You got to pay your share in NATO. What? I ain't defending you. We're not going to come to your aid. You got to pay up. Oh, and those tariffs, you got to start. You got to start reciprocating. You got to start paying. What? So all of a sudden, all their wonderful free bullshit is now going to come to an end. And the whole countries are going to change. People are going to be mad as hell because you're taking shit away from them. No different in this country, but they're spoiled brats. I mean, like the Democrats can't have their way. By God, they start screaming and crying and oh my God, they're horrible. Just like the police. I mean, you say no, and they say, oh, you can't tell me no. Then they'll badger you and play, do whatever they're going to do and this and that crap. And make sure you sue the dog shit out of them. And make sure if you can press criminal charges, you do that also. It'll change real fast. Say, when the police department looks around and goes, where's our budget? Oh, you remember that $10 million lawsuit? Yeah, well, there's your budget. Oh. We need to hire some more people around here. Well, they don't want to be a cop. Why? Well, because four of them are sitting in jail right now. The shit ends real quick when you're serious about it. Like Trump, he's serious about it. He's not screwing around. When they realize you're not going to comply, all of a sudden, things change. Things change. I always remember a lot of this stuff. Years ago, people say, "Oh, oh, Dad, he used to work, and Mom could stay at home, and blah blah blah." And then they took you off the gold standard. Nixon did, and everything changed real quick because then they could just start printing money out of thin air. I mean, boom, 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 boom. I mean, they were doing it anyways, but now they could really do it. And the CEOs and people like that. I mean, the CEO maybe made 10, 20 times what the workers made. He did okay. Now, it's hundreds, if not thousands of times what the workers make. And see, what a lot of people don't realize too is they gave away a lot of money. Some gave, some still have to pay back, but it doesn't matter. During that pandemic crap, whatever it was, COVID or whatever it was, that bullshit stuff. They gave away a lot of money to corporations, so on and so forth, and they borrowed a lot. So all of a sudden, it's like, oh man, look at our books. Boy, we're doing great. Not that they were doing anything in sales. But by God, boy, our bonuses got big. Yeah, they raked it in. They stole the money out of the top of the corporation because, God, look, oh man, we're doing great. Look at us. Oh man. Well, yeah, it's because a whole bunch of money was given to you and you borrowed a whole bunch of money and you stole it in what you call bonuses and stock options and a whole bunch of other crap. And partially this is what the problem is today. You know, we're still going through that, and it's getting worse. Why? Because they're allowed to. And Trump wants to do away with, like, not so much do away with the IRS so much as do it away with it for people under 150,000 a year. Because when you look at taxes, it's mainly the people that are over 150,000 a year paying the brunt of the taxes. It was a breakdown, and he needs to. He's a smart man. He's got smart people around him, but he needs to go back and look at this and realize when the country was prospering at the greatest time in the world, in the 1800s and that, and we had tariffs, we had dirt roads. You seen the pictures? Hell, there's still dirt roads out here where I am. You don't want to go driving down them if you get a little bit of rain. It's just mud, slick. I mean, hell, you go out to the fields and hell, we don't gravel those lanes. Mostly just dirt. Pretty slick. So, yeah. But it just tells you this. There's more money coming in than anybody realizes. And that money's being stolen. Kickbacks and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not making it to where it's supposed to go. What was it? Oh, Dixon, Illinois. That the woman that was in charge of the treasury or whatever that was in charge of the city of Dixon. I mean, what is it? 50,000 maybe 60. I don't know. It's not real big. Over a period of I don't know how many years, she had stolen like 54 or some million dollars. And what gets me is the city never missed it. They were still able to operate and pay their bills and so on and so forth, you see. I think that's funny. Does that tell you how much money Dixon is overtaxing their people? Yeah, a lot. So anyhow, folks, that's all I really got out here to complain about is a few things. As far as this country goes, well, we're all right. We got everything we need. Oh, and I listen to these fools. Oh, if you get bad with China, you're not going to get the rare earth minerals. You're not going to get this. You're not going to get that. You fools. Don't you understand? Australia buys it. Ireland buys it. India buys it, and we buy it from them. So quit talking out your ass. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta mimic the guy. Oh, 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 the weight of the world's lying on my shoulders. Oh. Nah. And people think he's smart. He says some stupid words, big swelling words, trying to get advantage of people. Why don't you stick to what you were sticking with and sell some stupid, overpriced, whatever's. I mean, Christ, these things here. And, look, you know what these are, right? Yeah, that's right. They cut wire. That came out of my grandpa's stuff in World War II. I still use them today. So anyhow, does that tell you anything? Folks, you have a good one. And keep praying for yourselves. Pray that God delivers you from this evil. Pray for your soul, your happiness. You see, this is the biggest thing that's going on right now. They're trying to destroy your inner peace. They're trying to take your heart and close it up so you're angry and mad. Instead of opening your heart and letting God's joy and happiness and forgiveness and all his glory and bounty come into your life. Open your heart and be happy. Thank Him. Thank Him every day. Thank Him every second of the day, because it's because of Him you're here. It's because of Him. His mercy, His grace. It's nothing that any person has done. So all glory comes from God. All of it. He's the only one that can kill your soul.